about Pokemon. For most of us, it's nostalgia, Saturday mornings, trading cards at lunch, staying up way too late playing on a purple Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, it's supposed to be cute, right? You catch creatures, become the champion, save the day, and maybe cry when your Pikachu refuses to evolve.
But what if I told you behind the smiles there's something dark lurking in this world?
Okay, now you sound like a conspiracy theorist with the Pokeball.
Okay, bro, but it's true. Hidden inside Pokemon's bright and colorful world are stories of ghost, death, and tragedy. Mysteries the game never even fully explained.
So tonight, we're gonna dig them all up, figuratively, not literally.
Lavender Town, the most infamous location in Pokemon history. Even people who have never played the games know this song.
Yeah, that one note that makes your Game Boy feel like it's haunted. A classic.
In the original Japanese green and red versions, Lavender Town is home to a Pokemon Tower. It's literally a massive cemetery built for Pokemon who have died. Inside, of course, you'll battle possessed trainers, find gravestones everywhere, and face the ghost of a Mother Marowak who was murdered by Team Rocket. I don't know, just that in itself is pretty creepy to me. I don't know why we played this.
Especially as kids, it's really heartbreaking knowing that Marowak did all that to save her baby Cubone. And that's why Cubone wears its mother's skull as a helmet. So every time you're seeing Cubone, you're seeing its mom. But I'm pretty sure we all know that one.
And I guess that's Pokemon's idea of family friendly.
Yeah, and parents back in the day thought that Grand Theft Auto was the problem.
I mean, but listen, the real horror wasn't just in the story, it was in the sound. So in 1996, rumors started spreading about something called Lavender Town Syndrome. According to the legend, the original Lavender Town music had such high-pitched frequencies and it caused kids in Japan to experience headaches, anxiety, and even hallucinations. Some claim that the tones caused nausea or worse.
Of course that's all fake, right? And no records of it ever happening. But for some reason, Pokemon decided to change the melody in later versions. The frequencies were toned down and the melodies softened. And this one actually hits home because in middle school, I vividly remember this one girl in the back of the bus, one of those weirdos, you know?
It was low-key me.
But no, seriously, this girl was like,
yo, listen to this Pokemon theme song. I bet you can't listen to it for more than 5 minutes. Like,
just being mad weird, and I listened to it, but it actually was this music. And I don't know, maybe she knew something I didn't.
So while the Syndrome story was an urban legend, there was something real enough about that music that made Game Freak adjust it.
I don't know, that just makes it creepier for me. Like, what made them go and change it?
I don't know, whether it was an audio bug, just poor design, or something else. Lavender Town still remains the first time that Pokemon stepped into horror, and they definitely never left it. But wait, before we keep talking about these crazy ghosts and glitches in the Pokemon universe, make sure you guys go down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and even that notification bell as well.
Chapter 2. The ghosts who shouldn't exist.
Ghosts have been a part of Pokemon since the very beginning. Shout out my boy Gengar. But every generation hides one that just shouldn't be there.
Let's start with the Lumia City Ghost Girl in Pokemon X and Y. You're just walking into an office building, normal day, and suddenly the screen fades. And this girl floats in front of you.
Definitely emphasis on the float. She doesn't walk, she slides. No footsteps, no animation. Literally just glides up and whispers, "No, you're not the one."
And then just vanishes. The game doesn't explain it. No quest, no follow-up, just oops, haunted.
Data miners actually search the files. They have no idea who she is. Obviously, fans do have their theories. Maybe she's a ghost of a girl who died during an experiment, or a remnant from the old Chateau ghost in Diamond and Pearl.
Or maybe the devs just decided one day, you know what this office building needs? A ghost child.
And the kicker is, it's not just her either. In Pokemon Sun and Moon, there's another ghost. You enter the abandoned Thrifty Megamart during Acerola's ghost trial. The trial plays like a haunted house, moving dolls, flickering lights, and eerie noises. At one point, a shopping cart moves by itself, and a Pikachu photobombs your photo, which Acerola claims not to see. After you complete the trial, you go and talk to Acerola and tell her everything that you saw inside of there, and you exclaim that you've seen her in there, and you tried to follow her into a back room, but she tells you that she was sitting outside the whole time. And of course, many fans believe that it's the same exact girl from Pokemon X and Y with you in that weird elevator that you saw in that abandoned Megamart. The reason why this theory is not far-fetched is because she actually returns as an NPC in almost every single generation. And as you guys know, Pokemon Legends ZA just released not too long ago, and people are saying that this NPC is supposed to be the Ghost Girl. Seriously, what's up with this chick?
Nah, absolutely not messing with that.
Get me out of there. What's wild is that Game Freak never confirms these things. They never say, ah, yeah, she's a ghost. They just let the players live up with the mystery and have data miners go through the game and try and piece things together like some sort of crazy person with a red ribbon. I don't know.
And then there's the White Hand story, a supposed deleted sprite from Red and Blue that shows a decaying hand resting on your shoulder during a ghost battle in Pokemon Tower.
Ah, Pokemon Tower, back there again. This is indeed fake, but legendary. It originated from a creepypasta that claimed that the hand sprite was still buried in the game code, unused. No one's ever found it, but because Lavender Town already made players uneasy, the myth spread like wildfire. And I kind of can see why.
And that unfortunately is what makes Pokemon so unique. Even when something's fake, it feels plausible. The Pokemon world is spooky enough as it is, and your brain just goes, yeah, that checks out.
Chapter 3, Missing No in the Glitch World. Okay, now let's move on from the ghosts in the digital nightmares. Every Pokemon fan knows about the glitch that became legend, Missing No.
Short for missing number, it's what happens when the game tries to load data that doesn't exist. Basically, you break the laws of Pokemon physics. Kind of like that one glitch in the original Super Mario Bros. Where Donkey Kong just stops working. Or maybe Pac-Man, when you get to a certain score in the game, just stops working.
Yeah, that totally happened every time I played Pac-Man. So back to Missing Number. If you surf long enough to eastern shore of Cinnabar Island, after talking to the old man in Viridian City, the game's memory gets confused and spawns Missing Number, a glitch Pokemon made of corrupted pixels.
When you encounter it, everything goes wrong. The music freaks out, the screen distorts, and if you catch it, it can sometimes duplicate the 6th item in your bag.
Which is how a generation of kids learned how to clone an infinite number of Master Balls. Definitely guilty there.
And also how a generation of kids also corrupted their save files.
But here's where it gets weird. Missing Number actually has stats, moves, and even a Pokédex entry. It's not even just random garbage data either. It's a structured glitch.
Some theorize that it represents Pokemon that were deleted during development. Creatures that existed once but were cut before the final game was released. Which is kind of a bummer. The more Mon, the merrier. So Missing Number is not just a bug, it's a ghost of lost data. A reminder that even in the digital world, things can still die. R.I.P. Chapter 4, the Pokemon that never were.
Speaking of deleted Pokemon, Game Freak's early designs were wild. We've seen leaked prototype art from the beta versions of Red and Green showing Pokemon that have never made it.
Some are adorable, and some look like a sleep paralysis demon. And I'm good on that. Jinx is the only demon we need in the game.
And I still don't even know how she made it. The one that really speaks out is Gorochu, the planned evolution of Raichu. The developers said that it had fangs and horns that were so powerful it messed with the game's balance. Which honestly, looking at it, it is kind of a cool concept that could have been an evolution inside of the game, but it does look a little bit too evil. Kind of makes me feel uneasy inside.
I think he's kind of cute. And then there's the Scrap Ball guy, a human slash Pokeball hybrid. I can see why that one didn't make it in.
But as you guys do know, there are some TCG cards that have been made of Ball Guys, so I guess he kind of did get his claim to fame a little bit. In the early version of Cubone was supposed to evolve into Kangaskhan, meaning that Cubone literally grows up, removes its mother's skull, and becomes her.
Bro, that's a Greek tragedy.
These unused Pokemon, these deleted sprites, they're like fossils of ideas that never made it out. And just like Missing Number, they haunt the edges of Pokemon's world. Chapter 5, Pokedex Nightmares. The Pokedex is supposed to be an encyclopedia, but sometimes it feels like reading a horror novel written by somebody who literally hates kids.
We all know Drifloon. Looks cute and innocent, right? It's literally just a ghost balloon. But the Pokédex entry literally says it tries to grab kids by the hand and drag them away.
Okay, and if that's not creepy enough, Phantom is a tree stump possessed by a spirit of a child who died lost in the woods. And its cries, they're said to mimic the sound of that child's voice. Well, I can see why my parents never let me go into the woods by myself as a kid, because what even... where'd they even come up with that?
That is not world building. That is just straight up therapy bills.
And then there's Banette, a discarded doll brought to life by pure hatred. It hunts down the child that abandoned it. And honestly, for that one, I can't really be mad at it because, you know, sometimes you gotta be petty.
So basically Chucky, but the Pokemon version. I wonder which one came first.
And then we have Yamask. It carries around its own human face from when it was alive, and sometimes cries when it looks at it. Honestly, I can kind of relate to Yamask in a way because sometimes when I look at myself in the mirror, I tend to cry as well.
It's like the developers literally thought to themselves, let's see how close we could get to traumatizing children without losing our E rating.
The one thing that I do love about Pokemon is that if you dive deep enough, you could really find some interesting lore that we're talking about here today. We are avid Pokemon collectors, and I would say we know a lot about Pokemon, but I learned a lot of new facts while making this video, so hope you guys learned something new as well.
Chapter 6. Theories of a Haunted World.
Over the years, fans have tried connecting all these pieces, the ghost, the glitches, the dark lore, into one big theory.
One idea is reincarnation, that ghost Pokemon are the spirits of real Pokemon or even humans reborn, like Phantom or Yamask literally being dead people.
Another theory suggests Pokemon takes place in a post-apocalyptic world. All the old ruins, abandoned buildings, and strange ghost stories are remnants of a civilization destroyed long ago.
It explains why Pokemon and humans kind of coexist in that world, kind of like they needed to in order to rebuild after the fall of something massive.
If you think about it long enough, which with every single theory that we've been talking about today, it kind of does seem to check out. But there are also theories that Pokemon's world is haunted by memory itself. Every ghost, every glitch, every strange Pokédex entry representing forgotten stories left behind in the code.
Kind of beautiful and terrifying at the same time, if that makes sense.
Pokemon's world has always been about adventure and friendship, but maybe that's only half of the story.
Because behind all the bright colors and battle music, there are whispers of loss, death, tragedies unimaginable. Digital ghosts that never went away.
And that's what makes it timeless. It's not just a world that we play in. It's one that feels alive, even when parts of it are long dead.
So next time you boot up your old Game Boy and hear that familiar tune, maybe, just maybe, there's something waiting for you.
Happy Halloween, Toad fam! And if you guys like this style of video, let us know in the comment section down below if you want to see more content like it. I want to know what y'all are thinking.
Thank you guys for staying all the way until the end of the video. Seriously, it means the world to us. And if you guys learned something new, let us know which fact was your favorite down below. But in the meantime, we got some pumpkins we gotta go carve. So, we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Bye, guys.